he stabbed the victims. Developing story. We're going to update you when we get more information.
Now, one student is dead, another recovering after a shooting at a high school just outside of Dallas. Police are saying it happened at Lamar High School, which is in Arlington. The shooter, who's believed to be a student, is also in custody.
Yeah, it happened just before 7 this morning, about 40 minutes before classes were set to begin here. The school went into lockdown. Students released to parents and guardians before 11. The weapon has been recovered. Investigators in Arlington now trying to figure out a motive. And South Texas and San Antonio certainly no stranger to gun violence in schools. Just last month, several instances where guns were found on students within Northside ISD. An off-campus shooting also ended another student's life.
So here's the question. How do we keep our students and our staff members safe? Well, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office is taking a new approach to that. RJ Marquez joins us now live near Brennan High School, where the BCSO is testing out a new strategy. So RJ, break that down for us.
Yeah, that's right, Steve and Stefania. So this is a brand new, what's called a school safety task force. And this is really in response to some of the recent gun violence that we have seen around Brennan High School and also Southwest High School. So I'm standing right outside Brennan right now. Of course, you guys just went through a couple of the incidents that we've seen here over the past couple of months. Now, Sheriff Salazar told us earlier, while there have not been any recent threats in terms of drug or gun violence over the past couple of days, this is a pattern that the sheriff's office obviously wants to put an end to.
Going into something like spring break, 2 days consecutive, you catch young suspects with guns. It just says, you know what, we need to step things up.
That's the concern from the sheriff's office after a string of incidents in the past 2 months involving guns near Brennan High School.
A couple of weeks ago, we saw a shooting involving the death of a Brennan High School student. This past weekend, we saw a shooting involving a Southwest High School student.
The Brennan student who died was 15 years old. 19-year-old Jose Medina was arrested in the student's death. The sheriff's office believed Medina was talking to the victim about selling THC-filled cartridges. Sheriff Salazar said they are seeing many similarities with these cases.
The common thread there seems to be drug deals gone bad. Vape cartridges really are at the forefront of a couple of shootings that we've seen as of late.
In response to the increased patrols, Southwest ISD sent a letter to parents assuring them they have not seen an uptick in guns or criminal activities on their campuses, but they are aware of issues with vaping.
Recently, the sheriff's office made us aware that some of the issues they're having out in neighborhoods are due to low-level vaping. So fortunately for us, we were already educating our communities. This is mainly for the sheriff's office to work in our neighborhoods, identifying issues in the neighborhoods.
Salazar said the increased presence in these areas will continue throughout the school year with a focus on trying to prevent gun violence. All right, I'm back out here live. Sheriff Salazar said that he will meet with superintendents at Northside and Southwest ISDs this week to discuss the district's needs. Now, the sheriff's office said they will also hold some public forums in the next coming days to kind of give more people information about what it is that they're doing out here. Again, more presence and more patrols out near Brennan and Southwest high schools. The BCSO has also created an anonymous tip line for anyone to report any sort of criminal activity taking place in those two areas. Reporting live from the far west side, RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, RJ. Right now, we're working to learn the names of 3 people found dead inside a Northside apartment.
So we know the victims are a man in his 40s, a woman in her 30s, and also a little girl under the age of 10 years old. Let's show you the scene earlier this morning at the Winding Creek Apartments on Northwest Military Highway near Wurzbach Parkway.
Yeah, police tell us family members hadn't heard from the people who live here since Saturday. They called for a welfare check, and after first responders forced their way into the apartment, that's when they discovered the bodies.
Preliminary information at this time indicates that the male in his early 40s shot the female victim as well as the child and then turned the gun on himself.
Police are calling this a murder-suicide, a domestic situation turned deadly.
Now, right now, investigators are looking into whether the family had ever reported domestic violence issues to police.
Also working to learn the name of a man who died in a motorcycle crash this morning. It happened about 8 a.m. at the corner of South Flores and Casiano Streets. Here's what we know right now. A 20-year-old man killed after he was hit by the driver of a pickup truck. A witness told investigators the driver of that truck stopped on South Flores, waiting to turn onto Casiano Street. The motorcyclist apparently speeding, according to the witness. The other driver turned in front of him, causing the motorcyclist to lose control. He died at the scene.
Now, San Antonio police are asking for your help. They need to find the person who killed a man late last year. The victim is Daryl Bergeron. The 60-year-old was killed in a hit and run back on December 26th. Now, this happened along Buena Vista near the Alasan Creek. At the time, Bergeron was not using a crosswalk, and someone in a silver truck hit him, then kept going. SAPD is saying that if they find that person faces a charge of failure to stop and render aid, resulting in death. So if you know anything about this, call Crime Stoppers. That number is 210-224-STOP. And just a reminder that if you happen to give them information that leads to an arrest, you could get a $5,000 reward.
The fight to the right to abortion pills seems to be intensifying. Wyoming becoming the first state to specifically ban abortion pills. As
ABC's Tim Pulliam explains, the new law could really have rippling effects across the country, just as trigger bans in 15 states are facing legal challenges after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade.
The most common form of abortion in early pregnancies is the abortion pill, according to researchers. Now, a victory for conservatives to ban these medications. Wyoming becoming the first state to go after abortion pills specifically. Prescribers could be penalized with a misdemeanor and a $9,000 fine. The new law allows exceptions for rape, incest, or if the mother's life is in danger. Wyoming's Governor Mark Gordon also allowing a broader bill that makes obtaining abortion procedures in most cases a felony. If convicted, providers could face up to 5 years in prison. According to the Guttmacher Institute, about half those eligible for an abortion choose the pill over a procedure. Right now, eyes are on Texas. The judge appointed by former President Donald Trump could overturn the FDA's more than 20-year approval of the abortion pill.
The Supreme Court's unwarranted reversal of Roe v. Wade has resulted in a health care crisis in states across the nation.
The FDA and mainstream medical doctors saying the pills have been safely used in their 23 years on the market. In Florida, Republicans advanced a bill proposing an abortion ban after 6 weeks. Abortion rights advocates say many women don't know they are pregnant at 6 weeks, essentially making this an abortion ban, which they say will have lasting effects across the country.
Medical experts are concerned about the ripple effect of abortion bans, saying they could create longer wait times in states with fewer restrictions. Tim Pulliam, ABC News, Los Angeles.
All right, back here at home, let's take a live look outside. I-10 at the Y, where you can see 507. Yeah, it is pretty busy out there. It is rush hour, but everything looks to be flowing smoothly at this hour.
Got an update for you now. About a month ago, a dump truck damaged a pedestrian bridge on Castroville Road. You might remember that dump truck crashing right into it. Well, there's a new temporary crosswalk installed, put in place by the city as a way to help people safely cross the busy street until the city rebuilds the Pedro Romero pedestrian bridge. The new signal crossing activated by pedestrians. It has flashing yellow and red lights to alert drivers when they need to slow down and when they need to stop.
Feeling the chill out there today, relative to this time of year when we have average high temperatures in the mid 70s. And right now we're in the 50s, 53. Warren's backyard in Del Rio. And when Warren called and left his voicemail, he said, we needed to warm up. Don't worry. Spring-like temperatures are just around the corner. 59 in Windcrest, 58 Lavernia, 54 only in Bulverde. And temperatures holding steady through the night. Mid-50s all night and all morning, but it's going to lead to a little additional moisture and get ready for some dampness. We'll talk about some drizzle, sprinkles, and added humidity, what that means for our morning temperatures and storm chances when they arrive in just a bit.
Adam, thank you. So we've all gotten them at some point, those really annoying spam texts. Well, despite there being different ways to stop or minimize to protect customers.
The Federal Communications Commission voting unanimously to adopt new rules to keep scam texts off your phone. Phone providers must block text messages from phone numbers that appear to be invalid, unallocated, or unused. The FCC also saying carriers will be required to block messages from phone numbers that claim to never send text messages and numbers that the government has identified as not used for texting.
This isn't going to be like an instant fix. It really takes time to make progress.
This move mirrors the government effort made to shut down illegal robocalls. Now, a major increase in spam and text messages seems to have taken robocalls' place.
But it's really difficult to enforce it effectively and to get everybody on the same page because of technical challenges, but also because you don't want to be stopping legitimate communications.
Authorities say scam robo-texts may be even more dangerous than robocalls because the texts may contain malicious links to software that could infect your phone. FCC Chairwoman Jessica Rosenworcel saying, quote, scam artists have found that sending us messages about a package you never ordered or a payment that never went through, along with a link to a shady website, is a quick and easy way to get us to engage on our devices and fall prey to fraud.
It's not your fault if you fall for a scam. That's the whole point. That's what they're trying to achieve.
In Los Angeles, I'm Mike Valerio.
I got a question for you. How'd you sleep last night? If the answer is anything but great, the next story for you. Getting 7 to 8 hours of rest every night, what's recommended for adults. If that sounds far-fetched, let's not sleep on this next story. Grab your favorite pillow because we have tips to help you sleep better when we come back.
I'm Myra Arthur, and here's what we're working on for the news at 6 o'clock today.
I've been in a place where I've been almost on the streets, and as an 18-year-old, it's very scary.
Transitional recovery homes are crucial for young adults to stop the cycle of addiction. It's what got UT Health San Antonio in the housing business, so to speak, transitional housing. At 6, we hear from that 18-year-old who landed in one of these homes after a life full of trauma. Plus, after part of a tree fell on people at the San Antonio Zoo last week, the city is now inspecting trees in the same area at Brackenridge Park, what they're looking for and what they have found so far. Plus,
not the heinous.
A common mistake, but wrong.
And remember, there's no anus in the heinous.
I'm guessing you'll remember that from now on, too. What's in a name? Justin Horn takes you on a road trip to share some of the weird and wonderful stories he found of how South Texas towns got their names. It's in a new KSAT Explains, and it is tonight at 6:30. We'll see you then. Okay.
You know what? I loved when Justin did those series, so I can't wait to see tonight's Explains.
I'm excited for that.
All right. You know, it's only an hour, but the switch to daylight savings time may still be messing with your sleep, or maybe sleep deprivation, a constant battle.
Now, if you want to know the secret here, 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz shares how to get a better night's rest, and also she shares some products that can help you do that.
If only you could buy a better night's sleep. There are a lot of products, but where do you start?
You want a supportive mattress and a pillow. Those are a must. We've also found that where you sleep, so your sleep environment, plays a big role in the quality of your sleep.
Your environment plays a big part in your sleep quality. Some people need silence, but others like background noise to snooze by. If you want to try a white noise machine, Consumer Reports found this Magic Stream is inexpensive, easy to use, and has a bunch of sounds.
If you have a fan, you can reap some of the same benefits of a white noise machine without having to spend the extra money.
Another sleep splurge, a mattress topper. Consumer Reports looked at softness and heat retention because some people sleep hot. This linen spa topper was the coolest they tested. But
even the comfiest topper can't completely fix a mattress that needs to be replaced. So just keep that in mind before you spend any money.
Need a mattress? CR found some good ones that cost less than $1,000, like this inner spring from Denver Mattress. If you prefer firmer, they like this Sleep On Latex. Both support back and side sleepers of different sizes. I know this sounds chilly, but studies show that setting your thermostat at 65 degrees at night makes for the ideal sleep temperature. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
65 degrees.
Who can afford that?
Well, I mean, on nights like the nights we've been having, you just turn off your heat.
Of course.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But most of the year.
At 65 seems really chilly.
I would love that too, but I'm not doing that.
Okay, so by the way, we have Sky 12 here over the zoo right now. 55 degrees. It looks like Muggy out there, but apparently it's going to get warmer now. If we're sick of the cold that we dealt with this weekend.
I know a lot of people are thinking, come on, can't the warmth just arrive? It's that time of year. Warming trend begins tonight. Now, it's not going to warm up a lot tonight, but we're not going to see the temperatures drop. We'll hold steady, maybe even add a degree or two through the night. So you're not really going to wake up to jacket weather tomorrow morning. Humidity returns too. That means daily drizzle and dampness for a good chunk of this week. And storm chances are ahead of us as well for one part of the forecast. Let's get right to it. First of all, we'll have some drizzle, sprinkles, and dampness every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then by Friday morning, we have the chance of some showers and thunderstorms, even Thursday night into Friday morning. Here's the setup. We have the clouds overhead at the moment, and you see some radar signatures across the state and even locally. That wasn't hitting the ground today. At the surface, I know I often show you the upper level winds. I'm showing you the winds at the ground here. At the surface, we have a high pressure system, and with the clockwise circulation around those highs, it's giving us that flow off the Gulf of Mexico. And that's increasing our mugginess tonight, which is going to actually maintain a steady temperature. So dew points rising from near 50 now on into the 60s by tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we'll be at 60 degrees. By tomorrow afternoon, you're going to feel the stickiness and mugginess as dew points get back into the mid 60s. So back into the muggy territory tomorrow. That's one thing you're going to notice. And that's going to stick around until the cold front arrives Friday morning. In turn, warmer mornings are ahead of us. But with that added moisture in the air, low clouds dominating and even that drizzly, sprinkly activity. Here's our futurecast, and you see just little blotches popping up here and there periodically after midnight tonight for the morning commute and even lasting into the midday to early afternoon hours tomorrow. We're not expecting much in terms of accumulation, a few hundredths of an inch here and there. Just that nuisance moisture is going to return. And some damp roads, a little bit of road spray from time to time. Need your windshield wipers, but it's hard to figure out what setting to put them on. That kind of dampness, but not really contributing to ending our drought. And speaking of drought, this is our latest drought monitor. And remember, it's updated every Thursday. And for this climate zone, which includes San Antonio and I-35 all the way up to Austin, it would take nearly 18 inches of rain between now and January to completely eradicate our drought in this area. Coming up at 6 o'clock, I'll go to some of our other climate zones across the KSAT 12 viewing area. Quick look at temps, and let's talk temperatures. 56 our high. We're pretty much in the mid 50s everywhere right now, and that's where we're going to be tomorrow morning. 7 a.m. 56, 62 at noon, back up to 70 degrees for the high temperature, give or take a degree, and then we're back into the low 80s by Thursday. Some cooler mornings return for the weekend.
All right, Adam, thank you.
You know, in the NBA, when you give up 80-some points in the first half, you don't expect to necessarily win that game.
Yeah, so you hold the opposition to 35 points in the second half, and what do you know? You win the game. That's what the Spurs did last night. But you know, let's talk about the power of the headband. Blake Wesley had to adjust it, and then he goes off on his little own 5-0 run. It's the power of the headband, folks. Plus, in women's college basketball, Texas is shooting for the Sweet 16 tonight. Coming up.
Tell the people?
Oh yeah, Devontae, so my headband was up too high, and then after the timeout, Devontae told me to put my headband down, and I scored a layup and a three. So tips off to Devontae.
I'm the reason.
Hat tip to Devontae Graham for helping Blake Wesley score 5 key points in the fourth in Big Board Sports. The Spurs' 24-point comeback yesterday versus the Hawks was their largest of the season and tied for the second largest comeback in Greg Popovich's 27 seasons as head coach. Down 81-65, 30 seconds into the third quarter, the Spurs slowly chipped away at that lead and cut it down to 3 going into the fourth. Then, with his headband in proper position, Blake Wesley drives for a layup, putting the Spurs on top for good, 115-114. Moments later, he goes 3-ball, capping off his personal 5-0 run, and the Spurs fight back to win 126-118. Scoring in crunch time is pretty darn cool.
That's big for me. It started with my defense. I started with Trae Young's fast, so just picking up full court, I got warm. Then I had a mismatch on Capella, went to the rim, then wide open 3, just momentum. So that gave us momentum to win the game, so yes, sir.
Hawks guard DeJounte Murray had 22 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds in his first game in San Antonio since being traded to Atlanta in the offseason. And during pregame, the Spurs showed a video of DJ, and the fans gave him a nice ovation.
I feel like it was what it should be. At the end of the day, show nothing but love. Both sides, from myself and from the fans, the organization. And for me, I just was excited to, be back here in the city, play a basketball game and, try to get a win. So, it was a great video. I'm thankful and grateful. It's family forever. And that's pretty much what I could say about that.
Spurs will now hit the road to play at the Pelicans tomorrow night at 7.
On a quick turnaround, one-day prep, have to be really ready for a great ball club. So, again, proud of my team. Thought we played with a lot of energy last night. I told them today in film, I was really proud of our effort. I thought we played hard, and that's all I care about.
Vic Schaefer and his 4th-seeded Horns will play number 5 Louisville tonight at 6 with the berth in the Sweet 16 on the line.
So we'll know tonight.
We will know tonight.
All right. Thanks, Larry.
Thank you. And we'll be right back after this.
Back to 70 degrees tomorrow, but fairly cloudy and even damp. Some drizzle and sprinkles through the early afternoon. Then we'll have that every morning all the way through Friday with a chance of storms then.
All right. Fabulous. World News is next.
See you at 6.